And we're on Jazz Street with Sarah McKenzie. Sarah, welcome back to Rochester.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
So last time you were here, a couple things have happened.
Yeah, for sure. There was a pandemic. What else? No.
An album that dropped?
Yes, no, I had a couple of albums and a wonderful project called Music Connects Our World, which was a virtual video project, and it joined together 34 musicians from 14 different countries worldwide. We're all recorded remotely at home, and it was a great privilege. I worked with some fantastic musicians.
You read my mind. I was going to ask you about that. So talk about how did that come together, and what was it like to, I mean, it's difficult to do this in real time. Doing it that way, I can't even imagine. So walk me through that process.
Yeah, I mean, I never ever would have recorded remotely or separately, but it actually worked very, very well. As long as you have really good musicians who are listening to each other, and luckily I had some of the best. So I did a beautiful Brazilian project with Romero Lubambo and Jacques Morellenbaum, and the guitar would record first, and then I would record next, playing piano and singing, and I would have to listen very deeply to what he did and to how he voiced the chords so I could voice them in a similar way. And then the cello would record on top, and then it's actually very homogeneous, and it only fails when musicians don't listen, but as I said, I worked with some great people, so it was okay.
Yeah, it's funny, mildly.
Yeah, I also had some guys from LA who had collectively worked with Shaka Khan, Michael Jackson, Celine Dion. It was amazing, you know.
Sarah, you can sing any kind of music. Why have you chosen to sing jazz?
I love jazz and the music of the American Songbook very much. Since a young age, I was listening to Oscar Peterson and Gene Harris on the piano. And I know.
How did you find them?
I had a blues and rock and roll piano teacher. So I was having perfect classical piano lessons. And then I was getting a bit bored of that. And my teacher at the age of 9 said, look, you need a new teacher. My dad found me this guy with hair down to here, big chunky rings, and he played boogie woogie and blues. And from that moment, I was transfixed. And then he said, you want to check out jazz? And I was like, okay. He's like, go find a jazz record. He didn't even help me. But I picked Jazz on a Winter's Night. It was a compilation, and the first song on it was Oscar Peterson's Night Train. And from there, I loved the piano trios, first and foremost. So Bill Evans, I loved Hank Jones. Gene Harris was my absolute favorite because I loved the blues. And it was just my thing after that, you know. And because I'm in Australia and no one else sort of played it, not my friends or anything like that. And I thought it was a music of the past. But when I got to America, I saw that people love this music. Look at this great festival in Rochester. There's so many wonderful people out. They love jazz. And so I'm so happy. I just love to be a part of this wonderful, great American music.
Speaking with Sarah McKenzie. Sarah, so talk about being in Australia and you're loving this music that most of your friends probably can't even grasp. But what was that like to deal with that in the music? And you're enjoying it. You're trying to share it with your friends. And yet they're like, what planet are you from?
It's true. They were like, what planet are you from? They were listening to the Spice Girls and the Backstreet Boys at the time. But I love the mood of jazz and the feeling, you know. I like the swing. I love the delicate piano sound, and I love the earthy slapping of the bass, and it had such character. I was really hooked. And this feeling of swing, I really wanted to do that. So I would play along with the records and pretend I'm Oscar Peterson. No one's Oscar Peterson. But I would play with them, and I felt like I was there with them, experiencing the joy that they were experiencing, and I could never let that go. And I'm Australian, I'm not American, I'm not African American, but I love this music so much, and I've dedicated my life to it. And yeah, I hope people enjoy my interpretation of jazz, for sure.
You heard the call. You heeded the call, the clarion call.
Yeah, perhaps.
Speaking with Sarah McKenzie. Sarah, again, thank you so much for everything that you do in promoting this music. To learn more about you, where can we go?
You can go to my Facebook page, Sarah McKenzie Music, or you can find me on Spotify, or at a concert, hopefully.
Like in a few minutes.
Like in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Sarah.
You're very welcome.